So, guys, if you've been following the news in America lately, you know there's a lot of people like critical drinkers, and a lot of people saying the black community or some Americans do a lot of black washing that is to make the blacks look superior, like the superior race. So we are going to react to a student destroying a school for excluding him in something. I don't know, for being white. Let's get into it.
At RHS. I've been a part of Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. Now, members of the board, I know you haven't been to school in a while, and I know none of you, or most of you, don't have any kids left in the school district. But you must admit how uncomfortable it will be to be characterized just by your skin color on the first day of school and be thought that you were wrong just because of your skin color. So I will never forget the look one of my friends gave me from across the room as we were sitting there listening to this blatant bias being expressed in the so-called equity statement by the leader of our school. To be clear, I don't
Like these kids are young, yeah. How do they sit down and connect the dots that they are being marginalized? They are very young, like, and if they are feeling this at this very young age, man, imagine how they will see, like, which means they will basically see race and color in everything, man. Like this kid won't be like 16 or something. He'll be like some 13, 11, something. But if they are seeing color or race at this young age, yeah, man, Americans need therapy, man. Like you guys are doing a huge disservice, man.
need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, it inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong. And in our principal's attempt to unify us, he instead created unwarranted boundaries and barriers between his students, pitting us against each other based on characteristics that we can't control. In another separate instance, I was told that writing "All Lives Matter" on the whiteboard was political and could be seen as offensive. When I questioned the teacher after class, she told me that she didn't have an answer and she just had to erase it, and it was quickly erased. There are political signs all over RHS, about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter, and specific perspectives that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how these signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive.
Like I really feel pity for you being white and being a male. Like your race is being attacked and your gender is being attacked. Like to at least be I'm black, so my race is not being attacked. If you attack my race, the whole world is going to be against you. But my gender is being attacked. So at least one side, okay, I'm cool with the other side. I don't even care. But you being white and being a male, like yo, you doomed in both angles, man. Because nothing you do won't be seen with a racial lens, man. Like, how would you grow in this world, man? How would you grow as a man?
And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, "Whites have a pretty good situation right now," unquote.
Yeah, yeah. I said in one of my videos that look, blacks have been undermined for centuries, but that doesn't mean that we should do the same to white people. Like, can't we? Okay, I was never undermined because I've been in Africa my whole life. My great grandparents were not fortunate enough to be slaves. If not, I would have been American by now and be enjoying life rather than being in this shithole. But like, I know the blacks have been done dirty for centuries. But if we can stop blaming these people for these kids for what their forefathers did, I think the world will be a better place for everyone because they are whites. When you push people to the wall, they'll use the war as a shield, like they use it to get back at you, man. So I think we should stop doing that, especially the black community. I'm not in America, so I don't really care what you guys do, cause you will be the ones facing the consequences eventually. But just make it safe for my brothers who want, or my brothers and sisters who come there, so that they, as black people, will feel welcomed or will feel safe living in your country. Cause hey, when the white people start rebelling seriously, like the laws are going to favor them more than you, man. They have more guns than you. They have everything than you, man. So like, I don't think this will work better for both parties. I think you guys should fight for equality and stop being black, trying to blackwash everything, man, or trying to make everything about race. Even though the whites used to do that, were like, yo, man.
So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin. To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and I'm privileged and pointing out our irreversible differences, I've never noticed race more. And it's becoming the first thing I notice when I meet someone, which has never before been the case.
See what I just said earlier. Now he sees race in everything. And that is not fair on him. He's too young to be thinking about that. As a young guy, you should be thinking about doing dumb stuff, not thinking about everything you do, man. Do things as a young man. But now he's having to think a lot about race, about useless things.
RHS administration confidently told me that RHS students and staff are happy with their equity statement. But from my experience in talking with other students, this is not the case. I know many kids who disagree with their teachers, but they're too scared to stand up because they're worried that their grades will be docked and their learning experience will be affected. My honors government teacher, I'm not going to say his name, but he's mentioned that Democrats care more about all people while Republicans only care about themselves.
Yeah, that's a false statement. If that was the case, Obama would have done more for the black community than Trump had done.
And he's also inferred to us that socialism is better than democracy. He even had a statue. He had a statue of a socialist leader in his classroom. Um, I have been I've been told by a lot of kids that they just stay silent and adjust their schoolwork to reflect an acceptable opinion to secure a good grade. I've been approached by multiple teachers who have told me in private that they just want to say that they agree with me and they support me standing up, but they can't say it in front of the class for fear of being disciplined by the administration in some way or losing their jobs. There is clearly only
Like the way you Americans struggle with racism and stuff like that, we in Africa have a similar thing which is political. We also have our limitations when it comes to people being idiots and woke because their government is in power. So you can't say they can't do any wrong, and you can't say anything wrong, anything bad about them, which is not the best, like in my opinion, which is not the best, which is not democratic, which is not open-mindedness, which is very not cool. Because people being in school and being scared to say their mind is worse, man. School is worse. Like it's bad, I mean.
one way to think in this district, and that is that they are teaching their kids to shut up if they don't agree. Now, members of the board, I want you to take a good look at yourselves in the mirror tonight and ask, are you really standing up for the equality of all people, or are you just pushing a damaging political ideology on our students? A fellow coworker at my job, who by the way is of color, discreetly told me that the schools seem to be pushing a very leftist agenda in class. This proved that not everyone is happy with your school, and not everyone who isn't happy is white. Now, due to all these instances I've mentioned and many more that I can't fit in this 5-minute speech, I've decided to leave this district and continue school on a private Christian school online. And
I think the school is losing a great asset, man. Because this guy is very bold. For his age, he's very bold to make such a move and to come in front of the school board to say this. And he's leaving them their school. Like he would rather go and be in a white community rather than be here and be treated like a nobody.
And there will be sacrifices, and I will not get to walk in the graduation ceremony or attend milestones at RHS, but I will be able to learn in an environment that is not intent on punishing me daily for my skin color and political views. Now, regardless of how you take my speech, whether you just shrug it off as malarkey or Fox News talking points, I encourage you to think about it.
Yeah, why is he throwing shit at my people at Fox, man?
Because someday I'm going to be a leader. I may be the president, a governor, or just a professional golfer. But I will never stop believing that everybody has value, no matter their skin color or personal beliefs. And it's a shame that you're not going to be able to say that I was an alumni of RHS in District 196. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very smart kid, man. That's a very smart kid. And him having the balls to say that, which means the thing has reached a peaking point in his life where like he has to voice it out, man. You Americans really need therapy and counseling, man. Why are you doing this to kids, man? It's a like just let them enjoy their childhood and stop oppressing them or stop pressuring them with this gender thing and this race thing. Why, man? Why? Yo, guys, that's all from me, man. I love the kid. I think he'll do great. One day he'll be, as he said, a president or a professional golfer. Hopefully, he's a professional golfer because there's more money in there. But being a president has its own perks, man. So yeah, that's it for me. See you guys.